Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott. I allow. Today's episode is about those two words. Two very powerful words in reclaiming your own power again from within. These two words can change your entire life, your entire mentality of where responsibility exists. And it is not out there, it is within. I use these words to shift all back to me so I can stop focusing on another who I had given my power away to. By focusing on them and what they were doing, I realize that it does not matter what they do, for they did exactly what I allowed them to. I'd like to explore a transformative realization centered around these two powerful words, I allow. These words are a beacon guiding us back to the core of our personal power and responsibility. Let's journey through the profound impact of these words and the path of reclaiming our strength. In our lives, it's tempting to look outward, to blame circumstances, to feel victimized by the actions or inactions of others. Yet by anchoring our understanding in the words I allow, we shift the locus of control back to ourselves. We recognize that the true power doesn't lie out there. Instead, it resonates from within our very being. Blaming others becomes a habitual escape mechanism, a way to sidestep our own accountability. They did this to me. They are the reason I feel this way. But when we utter the words, it's not what they do, it's what I allow. We break this cycle. We recognize that our reactions and our emotions, and ultimately our well-being, stem from our choices and perceptions. A potent strategy I've employed was placing the words on my wall. I allow. Seeing it daily served as a powerful reminder, slowly rewiring my thought pattern. Such visual affirmations can ground us in our journey of internal transformation and nudge us gently each day towards our desired mindset. On a deeper spiritual level, consider the concept of soul contracts. Each individual we encounter, each challenge we face is not a random occurrence, but a deliberate orchestration of our soul's journey. People come into our lives playing roles we've unconsciously agreed upon. Words have power, and when spoken aloud, when you say I allow, you're not just uttering words, but you're affirming a belief, setting a boundary and embracing your personal power. With each repetition, you anchor this belief deeper, making it an integral part of your psyche. The beauty of I allow is that it's not just about ceasing to allow negativity or transgressions, but also about actively allowing love, joy, and positivity into our lives. By reclaiming our power, we become architects of our experiences, consciously curating a life filled with purpose and joy. In essence, I allow serves as a compass, pointing us back to our innate power and responsibility. Life is not something that happens to us. It's a reflection of our innermost beliefs, choices, and allowances as we journey through life. Let's remember to harness the power of these words, shaping a world that resonates with love, honor, and integrity. Allowing, at its core, is the conscious act of letting things be, embracing experiences without resistance. Resistance is what we're trying to overcome, because in many cases, I find people are trying to manifest something they want, but they are not allowing it. And so it's all about experiencing something without resistance, yielding to the flow of life with grace and ease. It's more than passive acceptance, it's an active state of being, one that holds the potential to transform our relationships, our mindset, and our life's trajectory. To understand the power of allowing, we must first grasp the essence of its opposite, resistance. Resistance manifests in many forms, whether it's against change, against others' opinions, or even against our own emotions. This resistance often leads to stress, conflict, and a sense of stagnation, conversely allowing ushers in a sense of peace, acceptance, and forward momentum. This resistance I found in my life when I looked at my struggles with money and I went to the very core of my beliefs and I realized I was not allowing for the money to come into my life. I was resisting it. Resistance typically arises from fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of getting hurt, fear of losing control, or fear of perceived threats to our identity, our past experiences, traumas, and ingrained belief systems can shape these fears, making resistance a learned response to certain triggers. The ego, which is our sense of self or identity, is often the reason for this resistance. The ego wants to maintain control, and the act of allowing might seem like a surrender, which the ego perceives as weakness or defeat. Resistance often stems from our desire to control outcomes, situations, or people. But allowing has greater control. I'll get into this a little bit more. This illusion of control can be comforting, making us feel safe and in charge. However, life by its very nature is unpredictable. When our expectations don't align with reality, resistance intensifies. Humans have an innate drive to avoid pain and seek pleasure. And as a result, because of this, we don't allow for prosperity, joy, and success to flow into our lives. We might resist allowing because we associate it with potential pain, discomfort, or vulnerability. By resisting, we believe we are protecting ourselves from potential harm or discomfort, when the opposite is in fact true. We are often conditioned by society and our culture to not allow good things into our lives. Society often values strength, decisiveness, and control. The act of allowing can be misconstrued as passivity or lack of ambition. This societal lens can bolster our resistance, making us believe that allowing is not in line with societal standards of success or strength. Resistance to allowing can also be a manifestation of a lack of trust in yourself, a lack of trust in your reality, a lack of trust in your future, a lack of trust in something, in others, or in the natural flow of life. We've been betrayed or let down in the past. So our defenses go up, making it harder to allow things to unfold organically. Remember, you create your reality. I've established that in many episodes. So if you create your reality, then you have to allow the thing that you want to happen. So oftentimes I find a paradox where somebody's trying to create that reality, but then they're simply not allowing it on a deeper level. Humans are creatures of habit. We find comfort in familiarity, even if that familiarity isn't necessarily beneficial. The act of allowing often paves the way for change, and our inherent resistance to change can make things seem intimidating. Our minds are constantly active, analyzing and evaluating, and this overthinking can create barriers to allowing our realities to be created. As we get trapped in the what-ifs and the worst-case scenarios, analysis paralysis can lead to a state where we are too caught up in our heads to simply let things happen, to let things manifest, to let things be. For some, their resistance, challenges, or traumas defines them. Letting go or allowing might feel like they're losing a part of their identity, even though they're saying that they want something. They're saying that they desire this thing, but they're not allowing it because they don't see that thing as a part of their identity, and they're worried about losing their identity. Everything I'm talking about is a conflict, a contradiction. That is where the core of the allowing happens. This perceived loss can intensify resistance as people grapple with questions of self-worth and identity without their struggles. Understanding the nature of resistance is the first step toward embracing the power of allowing. And by acknowledging and examining our resistance, we can begin to unravel its roots, paving the way for a more harmonious and aligned existence And as we journey through life, it's essential to remember that resistance, like all things, serves a purpose. It offers us insights, reflections, and opportunities for growth. By engaging with it consciously, we can transform it from a barrier to a bridge, leading us towards greater understanding and peace. The second aspect of this is allowing versus resignation. It's essential to differentiate between allowing and resignation. Resignation is a form of defeat, a feeling that things are beyond our control, leading to passive surrender. Allowing, on the other hand, is empowering. It's about recognizing our control over reality and our control over our reactions and emotions, and choosing serenity over turmoil. At a cursory glance, allowing and resignation might seem similar. Both involve not actively resisting a situation or outcome. However, when delved into more deeply, they represent fundamentally different mental and emotional states. Allowing is rooted in an empowered mindset. It's a conscious choice to accept and be at peace with a situation, understanding its transient nature or recognizing the lessons it might bring. Resignation comes from a place of feeling defeated. It's not a choice, but a rather reluctant submission, often stemming from a feeling of helplessness or the belief that no other options exist. So oftentimes when I say someone needs to allow their reality to be created, they need to say, "I allow," they will link this to resignation, and it's not. Allowing evokes emotions of peace and contentment and understanding. It feels light and freeing, as if one is floating with the current of a river. Resignation evokes feelings of sadness, defeat, and sometimes bitterness. It feels heavy, like being anchored down in a turbulent storm. Allowing is an active choice. It involves actively deciding not to resist or control a situation, instead embracing it with openness. Resignation feels like the absence of choice. It's a surrender to circumstances, not because one wants to, but because one feels they have to. Allowing, while it involves acceptance, doesn't preclude taking action. One can allow a situation to be by taking action. One can allow a situation to be as it is while also taking steps to change or influence it. And typically, resignation leads to inaction. The sense of defeat or hopelessness can paralyze initiative or effort to change one's circumstance. Allowing can be a significant catalyst for personal growth. By accepting situations, you can better see the lessons and opportunities they offer. Resignation, on the other hand, stifles growth. The feelings of defeat and powerlessness can create mental blocks. So I'm not talking about resignation here. Understand what I mean. You are the creator of your reality, and you allow the reality that you're in. And if something is not coming into your reality, you are not allowing it. It's that simple. It's not hard to understand. The third aspect of this is the paradox of control. Because when you say "I allow," in some cases you're releasing control, but at the same time you are expressing your control of that situation. The human desire to control is deeply ingrained, often stemming from our evolutionary need for survival and stability. Yet the irony of life is that sometimes the more we try to control, the less control we actually have. Delving into this paradox reveals that allowance can indeed pave the way for greater mastery over life's unfolding events. There is an illusion of stability. We often equate control with security. By trying to manage every detail, we hope to create a predictable and stable environment. Life is inherently uncertain, and often by not allowing these uncertainties into your life or restricting or resisting them, then you're not allowing the thing that you want to manifest. So what I find often is, for people that are afraid to say "I allow," or that are not allowing their reality to come into fruition, they're trying to micromanage every aspect of life. This can lead to anxiety and stress and even physical ailments. Over-controlling can also strain relationships, as your partner may perceive a mistrust or lack of respect. By allowing events to unfold, We align ourselves with the natural flow of life. This does not mean passivity, but rather choosing our battles and knowing when to act and when to let be. Allowing is not about inaction, it's about active observation and discerning action. By stepping back and observing, we often see a clear picture and we can act more effectively. The key final aspect I want to discuss is the way that allowing is a fundamental key to manifestation. The journey of manifestation is often misunderstood as a rigid path of focus, determination, and action. While these elements have their place, the power of allowing can be the missing link that bridges our deepest desires with tangible outcomes. Allowing isn't about passivity, but rather about adopting a stance of non-resistance. It means being receptive to opportunities, insights, and synchronicities without forcing outcomes. It's about surrendering to the flow, to aligning with the natural flow of the universe and trusting that the right conditions will arise for our desires to materialize. There's an energetic aspect to this. Central to manifestation principles, the law of attraction posits that like attracts like, and when we're in a state of allowing, our energy is open, unblocked, and magnetically aligned to our desires. It creates vibrational harmony. By reducing resistance, we maintain a vibrational harmony with our intentions, making it easier for them to manifest. Trusting our intuition, our capabilities, and our worthiness to receive what we desire. Believing that the universe is supportive and conspiring in our favor, ensuring that our desires manifest at the right time and place. Understanding that everything has its season. By allowing, we trust the perfect timing of the universe. When we're desperate, when we emanate a frequency of lack, when we make something super important, oftentimes we're not allowing it to happen. I know that sounds like a contradiction, but you are creating resistance to it because you're concerned about what will happen if it doesn't come through. Patience ensures that our vibrational frequency will remain positive and attractive. Sometimes what we think we want isn't necessarily for our highest good. By allowing, we remain open to outcomes that might be even better than what we initially envisioned. Unexpected paths or outcomes can offer lessons and growth opportunities that align us more closely with our true desires. So instead of acting out of fear or impatience, we are moved by genuine inspiration, which often leads to more effective and aligned steps. In a state of allowing, we're more attuned to synchronicities, seemingly coincidental events that guide us closer to our manifestation. The journey to manifestation is not always linear. Allowing introduces us to the adventure and the unknown, teaching us resilience, adaptability, and faith. By being okay with not knowing every detail, we reduce resistance, making the manifestation process smoother and more enjoyable. Manifestation is not about clarity of vision and action. It's equally about the grace of allowing. By trusting in the benevolent nature of the universe and our inherent worthiness, we create a fertile ground where our deepest aspirations can take root and flourish. The power of allowing is transformative, reminding us that sometimes surrendering to the flow is the most potent action that we can take. When we try to force outcomes, we operate from a place of fear or impatience, which can push away what we desire. True manifestation thrives in an environment of calm and trust. Allowing cultivates this environment. Instead of trying to dominate our external reality, we find harmony with it, which gives us greater domination of our external reality. It's like the Chinese finger toy. The harder you try, the more resistance you have. And understanding that sometimes non-action can be just as powerful as action. The universe operates on its rhythms, cycles, and timings. And by resisting these natural patterns, we put ourselves at odds with the cosmos. What is it that you're resisting? Surrender doesn't mean giving up, but recognizing and aligning with greater rhythms at play. It's about letting the currents of the universe guide our vessel. Our internal beliefs and feelings and thoughts have energetic frequencies that can attract similar frequencies from the universe. By cultivating positive and open energies, we become magnets for our desires. A state of allowing ensures that we maintain this magnetism without introducing negative repelling frequencies. Just as musical notes can clash or harmonize, our personal energy can either be discordant or harmonious with our desires. So when you are wanting to manifest something and at the same time you are not allowing it on a deeper level, you have these discordant notes. Allowing helps us to tune into our desired frequency, creating a resonant harmony that facilitates manifestation. Tunnel vision limits our perspective. We might become fixated on one path, and we don't allow any other path, even though those paths will allow us what we want. We miss out on other potential opportunities or signs from the universe. Allowing broadens our horizons, enabling us to perceive and embrace the multitude of ways our desires can come into fruition. The one thing I want you to come away from this is an analysis of what it is you're truly allowing and you're not. And if you're experiencing resistance and you're not seeing your manifestations occur, then it may be on some level, with some aspect of it, you're not allowing it. Maybe you're not allowing it to happen in a certain way. There's some part of it that you're not allowing. Ultimately, the more you analyze this, you'll realize how much true control that you have over it. Sometimes this can come from self-doubt. It can be a significant barrier to manifesting. You want something, but then you doubt that you deserve it, doubt that you can have it. It becomes our identity, and then we won't allow anything to break up that identity. This trust reinforces our belief that we deserve our desires, that we're capable of co-creating with the universe. The universe is abundant and supportive. Trusting this fact means recognizing there's no scarcity, only opportunities waiting for the right alignment. This trust dispels fear and hesitation, solidifying our partnership with the cosmos. Sometimes allowing requires patience. For instance, I've seen someone that says, if it doesn't happen now, then I don't want it. Or if it doesn't happen right now this month, then I don't want to have it. So they're not allowing it to happen 3 months from now. It's about divine timing. There's a season for planting and a season for harvesting. And our role is to discern which season we're in and act accordingly. By respecting this timing, we work in tandem with the universe rather than against it. Desperation sends out a vibration of lack, which can repel our desires. A calm, assured demeanor resonates more closely with abundance. Patience refines this demeanor, making us magnetic rather than repulsive. Often the universe has grander plans for us than we can imagine. By being open, we allow these plans to unfold, leading us to outcomes even better than anticipated. This openness acknowledges that while our vision is limited, the universe sees the bigger picture. Every detour, delay, or deviation is an opportunity for growth and refinement. These setbacks are often the universe's way of preparing us for our desires. One aspect of this is that I find that people don't allow their intuition to take hold. And so the intuition becomes very important, but they simply won't allow for this intuitive presence to come within them. Actions grounded in intuition often feel effortless and are more aligned with our soul's purpose. They resonate deeply with our core, making them more effective. By saying "I allow," it sharpens our intuition, ensuring that our actions are genuine and potent. These are the universe's winks signaling that we're on the right track. They're reminders that everything is interconnected, and a state of allowing heightens our awareness of these synchronicities, reinforcing our trust in the manifestation process. One reason I find that people don't allow for their manifestations to occur subconsciously is a fear of the unknown. We must embrace the unknown. Every great adventure involves venturing into the unknown. The unpredictability adds zest to life and teaches us resilience. By cherishing the mysteries of life, we become explorers eager to discover what the universe has in store for us. Resisting the unknown breeds fear and anxiety. Embracing it, on the other hand, fosters excitement and anticipation, allowing us to transition from a state of resistance to one of eager expectation, facilitating a smoother journey. There's also the ego's trap. Force often arises from the ego's need to control outcomes. However, the ego operates from a limited perspective, often missing the vast possibilities that are available. Allowing, conversely, is a soul-aligned approach, recognizing the interconnectedness of all things and the infinite potential that lies therein. So as I talk about this, we're getting more to the core of this, and that is, are you restricting your manifestation so that it happens in only one specific way? Observe nature. Rivers don't force their way, they flow, and in doing so they carve canyons. Similarly, by flowing, we can create significant impacts with grace. While we have free will, there's a dance between our actions and universal alignment, and allowing maintains this balance, ensuring that we act when inspired and rest when required. You must never forget that our outer world mirrors our inner state. By cultivating a state of allowing, we emanate energy that attracts circumstances and events in alignment with our true desires. The more we practice allowing, the more we raise our consciousness, moving from a state of wanting to a state of having in the energetic realm. Emotions are powerful vibrational indicators. You may want to manifest something, but your emotions may be giving the opposite. Feelings of contentment, joy, and trust signify alignment, while feelings of desperation or frustration may indicate resistance. Allowing helps us nurture feelings that are in harmony with our desires, making manifestation more fluid. Understand that the journey of reality creation is quite different than you think. The universe may introduce paths to you, or outcomes that you had not considered. These new avenues can be doorways to even greater blessings. By being open, we cultivate a sense of wonder and curiosity. We're always ready to welcome the universe's surprises. Every unexpected turn or seeming setback hides a lesson or a blessing. Embracing these detours fosters resilience and adaptability, key attributes for a successful life. When you say "I allow," actions take place from that heart-centered, intuitive place. They feel right and often lead to synchronistic outcomes. While logic and reason are valuable, intuition accesses information beyond the conscious mind, guiding us in mysterious yet profound ways. These coincidences are affirmations from the universe, signaling that we're aligned with our path. What I've tried to do is immerse ourselves in a deeper layer of understanding of the many aspects of allowing, including control, moving in with the flow, allowing your manifestation to happen unconventionally, opening yourself to infinite possibilities. The one story or example of this that we've all seen is the person that has had a relationship in the past and their heart has been broken. They fell in love with someone and their heart has been broken. And then after a few years, they decide they want to have love again. But deep within, they have this terrible moment. So when something wonderful starts to happen, a relationship starts to blossom, they block it. They simply don't allow it to flourish, and they let it go. They say, "Why am I not in love?" When they look back, it was their own fault. They were afraid. They did not allow the love to flourish. You can apply this to anything and everything, because deep within us, we are ultimately at control of everything. So the one thing to open yourself to the power of "I allow" is to change your subconscious beliefs. The best way to do this is to reprogram your subconscious with affirmations. You have a number of beliefs: societal, family-oriented, culturally, ego-oriented, that are telling you what you allow into your life and what you don't. And you are working within this sort of mysterious cloud of what you allow and don't. Sometimes we are not aware of our deep inner beliefs and the things that we are not allowing. We crave to find wealth, while at the same time we are afraid of it and we don't allow it on a deeper subconscious level. So you can say these affirmations with me. These affirmations will slowly begin to change your perspective and to allow greater love, happiness, joy, wealth, and money in your life. So say these affirmations with me. I allow my heart to be open and receptive to the abundance of love around me. I allow myself to give and receive love freely and unconditionally. I allow loving relationships to flourish in my life. I allow the past to fade, making space for new love to emerge. I allow love to heal any wounds and transform my relationships. I allow prosperity and wealth to flow into my life effortlessly. I allow myself to receive unexpected financial blessings. I allow abundance to manifest in diverse and surprising ways. I allow myself to recognize and seize financial opportunities. I allow a mindset of prosperity to replace any limiting beliefs about money. I allow my body to heal and regenerate naturally. I allow vibrant health and energy to permeate every cell of my being. I allow nourishing foods and activities to become a natural choice for me. I allow myself to listen to my body and give it what it needs. I allow a balanced and holistic approach to well-being. I allow success to come to me from unexpected and expected sources. I allow myself to celebrate small victories on the path to greater achievements. I allow challenges to shape me, not define me, leading me closer to success. I allow myself to be guided by intuition and wisdom in all my endeavors. I allow every experience to propel me towards greater success. I allow joy to emerge from within, regardless of external circumstances. I allow positive experiences and memories to shape my days. I allow myself to find happiness in the simple pleasures of life. I allow my inner child to play, laugh, and revel in the moment. I allow gratitude to magnify the happiness in my life. I want you to take that thing that you're trying to manifest that perhaps hasn't come about, and I want you to say, I allow for this thing to happen. Say it very clearly so the universe can hear you, though it can hear you no matter what. But you want to hear it yourself. Repeat this on a regular basis. If you find that you're resisting anything on any level, then start to say, I allow. Go into your life and look at all the things that you want in your life and ask yourself, am I resisting this or am I allowing it? Now is the time for you to allow true love, happiness, joy, and magnificence into your life. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. And welcome to The Reality Revolution.